evening, friends. I was asked to say just a few words by way of introduction. So without further ado, please enjoy the show. Act 1, Scene 1, Athens, the Palace of Theseus. Theseus has recently wooed and won Hippolyta, the queen of the Amazons, and is planning the festivities for their wedding. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, and their attendants.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Suddenly, Egeus arrives with his daughter Hermia and her 2 suitors, Demetrius and Lysander.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander. I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not but what power I am made bold. And I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy praised title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him? I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius. And, which is more than all those boasts can be, I am beloved, a beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then persecute my right?
Demetrius and Egeus, go along. I must employ you in some business.
With duty and desire we follow you.
Theseus, Hippolyta, Egeus, and Demetrius exit, leaving Lysander and Hermia alone.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me! For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood.
O cross too high to be enthralled to low.
Hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Enter Helena, who is in love with Demetrius. Godspeed, fair Helena, whither way?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None, but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, a time that lover's flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gate have we devised to steal.
And thence from Athens turn away our eyes, to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius.
Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dotes on you.
Lysander and Hermia exit to prepare for their flight. Helena remains.
How happy some o'er others some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, folding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is when Cupid painted blind. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Scene 2, Athens, Quince's house. Enter Quince, Snug, Bottom, Flute, Snout, and Starveling. They are preparing a play for Duke Theseus's wedding celebration.
Is all our company here?
You are best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors and so grow to a point.
Merry our play is, the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
That kills himself, most gallant for love.
That will ask for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. The raging rocks and the shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from afar and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Ha ha, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and thy lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play filled.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar, that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar, that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if that you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you and tour any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will. But masters, hear your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood a mile without the town, where we shall by moonlight there rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and therefore may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
Act 2, Scene 1. A wood near Athens. Enter from opposite sides Peas Blossom, who serves the fairy queen Titania, and Puck, who serves Oberon, the king of the fairies.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, thorough bush, thorough briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is powerful. passing fell, and wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forests wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. But fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress. Would that he were gone.
Enter from one direction Oberon with his train, from the other Titania with hers. They are quarreling over a young Indian boy that Titania is raising, but who Oberon wishes to make a knight in his court.
All met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and his company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. Why art thou here, come from the furthest steppe of India? Oh, but that forsooth. The bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress, and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give her bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus.
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle of summer's springs met we on hill, dale, forest, or mead, by paved mountain or rushy brook, but with thou bronze, thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up the sea, contagious fogs, falling on the land, have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents, and the same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are the parents and their origin.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child from me. His mother was a votaress of my order. And in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side. But she being mortal, of the boy did die. And for her sake do I rear him up. And for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me. I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Titania and her attendants leave.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath. that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music?
I remember.
That very time, but thou couldst not, I saw flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower. Before milk white, now purple with love's wound. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once, the juice of it, sleeping on eyelids laid, will make man or woman madly dote upon the next creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Puck leaves to search for the flower.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, or meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Oberon is interrupted and hides himself to listen. Enter Demetrius, with Helena following him.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? One I'll slay, and the other slayest me. Thou toldest me they were stolen into this wood, and here I am, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence! Get thee gone, and follow me no more. Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you, I do not, nor can I love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me as but your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
Do you impeach your modesty too much? To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not? To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity?
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Demetrius runs off in search of Hermia and Lysander.
Ay, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fay, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love, as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Helena exits, following Demetrius. Oberon reappears with Puck.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and rotting violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this flower, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenialia is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on.
Disdainful youth, Athenian garment. Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Oberon and Puck exit. In another part of the wood, Titania prepares to sleep. Enter Titania with her train.
Oh, come, sing me now to sleep. Then to your offices and let me rest.
Exeunt fairies. Titania sleeps. Enter Oberon and squeezes the flower on Titania's eyelids.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love's take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye it shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake thou when some vile thing is near.
Oberon exits. Enter Lysander and Hermia, who are lost in the woods.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak truth, I have forgot our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, I say I. And then end life, then win I end loyalty. Here's my bed, sleep, give thee all his rest.
With half that wish the wisher's eyes be pressed.
They sleep. Enter Puck.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love, night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he. My master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Puck leaves. Enter Demetrius and Helena, running.
Stay, thou though kill stay though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
Demetrius exits.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with have her spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. But fare you well, perforce I must confess I thought you lord of more true gentleness.
Helena runs off.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. And all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Lysander exits. Hermia awakes.
Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Lysander, what? Removed? Lysander? Lord, what, out of hearing? Gone? No sound? No word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if and hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No, then I well perceive you all not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Act 3, Scene 1. Hermia runs to find Lysander. In another part of the wood, Titania lies asleep. The actors arrive to rehearse their play. Enter Quince, Snug, Bottom, Flute, Snout, and Starveling.
Are we all met?
Pat, pat. And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green screen shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tringe house, and we'll do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our Lakin, it's a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, the weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Well, it shall be so, but there's two hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it does shine that night.
Why then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play opened, and the moon may shine in at that casement.
Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his finger thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
It may be then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
Puck arrives and notices the actors.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen?
Pyramus, Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors.
Odors savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dear Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
Bottom exits. Puck follows.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry you must, for you must understand. He goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Nina's tomb, man. Why must you speak that yet? That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
No, as true as truest horse, that yet would never tire.
Re-enter Puck and Bottom, who has been transformed by Puck with an ass's head.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous. Oh, strange. We are haunted. Pray, masters fly. Masters, help.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changest. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
All the actors besides Bottom run away into the woods.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The ousel cock so black of hue, with the Norwich tawny bill, the throstle with his notes so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plenus song cuckoo grey, who's not full many a man doth mark, and there's not uncertain.
Oh, I pray thee, gentle mortal. Mine ear is much enamored of thy noise. So is mine heart enthralled of thy shape. Thy fair virtue's voice perchance doth move me on the first view to say, I swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood, do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep. And sing, thou on pressed flowers doth sleep, and I will purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
Ready. And I.
And I.
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries. And pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesy.
Hail, mortal. Hail.
Hail.
Come, wait on him and bring him to my bower. And when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. But tie up my love's tongue and bring him silently.
Titania, Bottom, and the fairy attendants exit. Meanwhile, in another part of the wood, Oberon enters.
I wonder if Titania be awakened. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity.
Enter Puck.
Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Enter Hermia and Demetrius.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath on so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men.
You spent your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, What should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more.
There is no following her in this fierce pain. Here, therefore, for a while will I remain.
Hermia exits. Demetrius lies down and sleeps.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. About the wood go, swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Puck exits. Oberon anoints Demetrius's eyes.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye, when his love he doth espy. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus in the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Re-enter Puck.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth, mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Enter Lysander and Helena. Demetrius still sleeps nearby.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born. In their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no judgment when I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy, and oh, how ripe in show thy lips, these kissing cherries tempting grow.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with all your hearts. You both are rivals, and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If ever I loved her, all that love is gone.
Helen, it is not so.
Look, where comes thy love? Yonder is thy dear.
Hermia, who has been searching for Lysander, arrives.
Lysander, why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love does press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know that I hate, the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid. Have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph divine and rare, precious, celestial?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back. But fare ye well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come!
Lysander, where to tends all this? Why are you grown so rude? What change is this?
Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Have you no modesty, no maidenly shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fay, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? That way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she has prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem? Because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I? Thou painted maypole, speak, how low am I? Am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. And now, so you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus, you hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn! Now she holds me not, now follow, if thou dearest to try whose right, of thou nor mine, is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
Exeunt Lysander and Demetrius, looking for a place to duel.
You mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, I, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
Helena runs away. Hermia exits. Oberon and Puck, who have been watching in hiding, appear.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. I therefore, Robin, overcast the night, the starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way, then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property. When they next awake, all this derision shall seem a dream, a fruitless vision. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will charm her eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be at peace.
Oberon exits to find Titania. Puck begins to confuse Lysander and Demetrius, who are looking for each other in the woods to fight.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Oh, here comes one.
Where art thou, Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward. Art thou fled? Speak, in some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster did he fly. That fallen am I in dark uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day.
Lysander lies down and sleeps. Re-enter Puck and Demetrius, who is wholly confused.
Who, coward! Why comest thou not? Come hither. I am here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear. If ever I thy face of thy daylight see, now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Demetrius lies down and sleeps. Re-enter Helena.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hour, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, still me a while from mine own company.
Helena lies down and sleeps. Re-enter Hermia.
Never so weary, never so in woe. I can no further crawl, no further go. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
Hermia lies down and sleeps. Puck approaches the sleeping four and squeezes the juice on Lysander's eyes.
On the ground, sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Act 4, Scene 1. The same forest glade. Lysander, Demetrius, Helena, and Hermia are lying asleep. Enter Titania and Bottom, Peas Blossom, Cobweb, Moth, Mustard Seed, and other fairies attending. Oberon enters behind, unseen.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy. What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Oh, say, sweet love, what would thou desirest to eat?
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay hath no fellow. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairy, be gone, and in all thy ways away. So doth the woodbine and the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist the female ivy so. Enrings the barky fingers of the elms. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Fairies exit. Titania and Bottom sleep. Enter Puck. Oberon advances.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. I then did ask her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection in her eyes, and, gentle pup, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the other do may all to Athens back again repair. And think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen.
Oberon anoints Titania's eyes with the juice of the flower.
But as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
Ah, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? Oh, methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to be? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visions now.
Puck anoints the eyes of Bottom.
Now, when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes, peep. Fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping, here was found with these mortals on the ground.
The fairy court exits. A sound of hunting horns can be heard. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, Egeus, and their train.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander. This Demetrius is, this Helena, old Dieter's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace our solemnity. Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord?
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world? that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking, but as yet, I swear, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stuff, of their purpose thither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more soon, anon. Egeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall be eternally knit. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
Exeunt Theseus, Hippolyta, Egeus, and train.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, and dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then are we awake? Let's follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
They exit. Bottom, who has been sleeping nearby, awakes without his ass's head.
When my cue comes, call me. I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho. Peter Quince, Flute the bellows mander, Snout the tinker, starveling, God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass, if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was, there is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had, but man is but a patch fool, if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I will sing in it the latter end of the play, before the Duke. Peradventure to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Bottom makes his way back to town. Scene 2, Athens, Quince's house. Enter Quince, Flute, Snout, and Starveling, who have been searching for Bottom.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Enter Bottom.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom! Oh, most courageous day! Oh, most happy hour!
Masters, I am not to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Oh, let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, every man look o'er his part, for the short and long is, our play is preferred. Away.
They exit to prepare for the performance. Act 5, Scene 1, Athens, the Palace of Theseus. Enter Theseus and Hippolyta, newly married, and their attendants.
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehend.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesses than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth.
Enter Lysander, Demetrius, Hermia, and Helena, newly married.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
Philostrate gives Theseus a paper.
A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, a very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt. One player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which ne'er labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
The couples sit to watch the performance. The actors arrive on stage.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach. I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may with many asses too.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a chink or hole, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper, often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall, and the truth is so. And this, the cranny, is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers do whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
O grim looked night, O night with hues so black, O night which ever art when day is not, O night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot, and thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
O wall, O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus from me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with hair and lime knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe.
My love thou art. My love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. And like Lysander, I am trusty still.
And I like Helen, till the fates me kill.
Oh, kiss me through the wall of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole. Not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's too meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Exeunt Pyramus and Thisbe. Wall exits, enters Lion and Moonshine.
Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, one Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, or else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, of a good conscience.
The very best beast at a beast, my lord, that ever I saw.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man i' the moon, do seem to be.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Thisbe enters.
This is old Vinny's tomb. Where is my love?
Roar! Oh.
Thisbe runs off. The lion shakes Thisbe's mantle and exits.
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shone, moon.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, what mark, poor knight? What dreadful dole is here? Eyes, what do you see? How can it be? A dainty duck, oh dear, thy mental good, what stained with blood? Oh, wherefore in nature didst thou lion's frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, out sword and wound, the pap of Pyramus, I that left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I thus, now am I dead, now am I fled. My soul is in the sky, tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, 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 die.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
I hope she will be brief.
Asleep. But asleep, my love. What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak. Quite dumb? Dead? Dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. O sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast imbue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye. And Wall too.
No, assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse, and so it is truly and very notably discharged. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time.
The couples and the actors exit. Enter Oberon and Titania with their train.
Now, until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
Oberon, Titania, and train exit. Puck is left.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the Puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amens.
The end.